Asia Pacific's retail e-commerce market is projected to hit 3.87 trillion US dollars this year, with more than 60% of consumers shopping online. As physical retailers navigate tighter margins, AI is gaining ground and driving digital growth. To discuss this, we have PwC's Martine Peters. So, Martine, how is AI driving the growth of retailers recently?
AI is driving the growth for retailers in many different directions. First of all, AI is allowing to better understand and faster understand what consumer trends are, and as a result, what needs to be sold, both online and offline. Good examples for this are companies like Zara predicting very quickly what fashion trends are, or Shane very quickly what any kind of product trends are, leveraging social media, search engines, etc., and then developing the right product very quickly. Secondly, AI allows for better communication and outreach to clients, and hyper segmentation and personalization. There are lots of great examples on a better understanding who this individual consumer is, what kind of messages, what kind of products, what kind of price and promotion they need to get, both online through e-commerce, which is frankly now the easier part, but also increasingly offline by technology, and then supported with data and video feeds in stores. A good example is what Carrefour is experimenting with the Fusion Group, by having cameras installed where the price tags are. And then for the rest, it allows much better content generation in a creative way to get better messages out to consumers and to interact faster. Even do live streaming on the basis of Gen AI in a 24/7 way that you can't achieve with all influencers. So lots of examples of how AI, Gen AI, and agentic AI are driving increasing growth, supporting retailers with hyper segmentation, individualization, and automation.
AI can still be a daunting topic for many. So, if you were to give some pointers when planning an AI strategy, what factors should be considered?
Um, yeah, that's a good question, and it's also very important because we believe that AI, and especially agentic AI that's now coming up, will significantly change how consumers shop and will interact with brands and the role of the channels. So a couple of factors are very important. Okay, how does AI obviously fit broader in your strategy, and how do you get on the journey? Um, then just getting started. But for getting started, you need to have the right technology and data in place. A lot of companies have data, but they're not using it, or it's not the right data that they can use. Um, Making sure your teams, your staff, not just the IT department, better understands how they can leverage the opportunities. What we're seeing is that lots of companies, when they implement something, they are not able to get all people who should be using it to adopt the new AI solutions, which is a big miss. There's also a lot of resistance that has to be overcome. And then I think establishing good governance, when all this data is put more in place, you also get more risks in. So you need to make sure you secure that data. And I think the lastly, once you have successful pilots, make sure the organization sees it and then move it to scale. So how do you integrate and scale that in your broader production or work processes so that everybody uses it on a daily basis for the benefit of the retailers?
Now that you've mentioned risks, and since AI is still a developing tech, where do you see the biggest blind spots in using AI in retail currently?
I think there's a couple ones. AI isn't perfect, and so making decisions, you need to better understand the weaknesses as well. AI is beneficial if it allows you to make more accurate decisions, but that won't mean that it will be perfect. Taking the human out of the business process too fast or completely is a big risk. For example, in your consumer engagement, you still need to make sure that consumers can escalate and talk to an actual human when the chatbot doesn't solve this. I think that's a big frustration for consumers. There is some elements of bias that is important to avoid when developing initial models. And in the end, I mean, frankly, AI shouldn't be for the benefit of the technology department and the data scientist. It needs to directly help the company in being successful. So it needs to be aligned with your strategies and capabilities. I think that is really key.
Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your insights, Martijn.
Thank you very much.
Once again, that was Martijn Peters, Partner and Strategy and Operations Leader for Southeast Asia at PwC. For more news, visit retailasia.com.